Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering VCT America Stage 2 playoffs. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied once again by JoshRT, the head coach of G2 Esports, who are coming off of a qualification to champions, defeating said team to advance to semifinals or upper bracket finals, but also qualifying for Seoul. I mean, Josh, I've been able to talk to you so many times, and you always said, time and time again, the goal is to reach champs. The goal is to reach champs. You're making champs, man. Yeah. First off, how are you feeling?
Relieved and honestly just so happy, so proud that my boys got me. I told them when VCT champs was announced in Korea. I have family, my mom's side's in Korea, and I made it my mission to make it back there. So every couple of years, I would visit my family there, and so just having something that intersects work and seeing family again, it's just awesome. So I'm just so happy that my boys got me, and they pulled it through, and we showed that we're the better team today.
For sure, it is the result of a team that's just been on the come up from the start. From not even making playoffs to kickoff to now being at this point. I mean, what was your reaction, emotion like when the series was done and you had your ticket finally secured for champions?
First, I was really happy that Trent made that clutch. All the right things were said. The dead comms were perfect, reminding Trent he has Dart coming up. He should start playing time at this point, and so that was a beautiful ending to that game. And my initial reaction was just again, relief, satisfaction that we finally made it through after a long season. It's quite a journey, and I've been saying to you in your interviews, the goal was to peak to this time and make sure we make a deep run at champs. So I think we can do it.
Many people have talked the talk, but not have been able to walk the walk. You guys have just been doing exactly that, backing up with your words with action and good action, successful action as well. Just want to ask you now, covering the series, playing in Lotus and Abyss. I mean, Lotus at this point, 7-2, I believe, in domestically only. I mean, you guys, it's a pretty strong map, I would say. Just walk me through just sort of how you kind of look through the team's performance and what were some of the issues, if any, that 100 Thieves kind of threw upon you guys.
So as far as issues goes, I feel like every team can provide problems for us, and so it was just about identifying what kind of style they were going with and how they were trying to approach the rounds. And fortunately, we've been playing Lotus for quite some time, and they haven't, and so we have this depth to understand how to counter what they're doing and just holding our nerve to understand what are win conditions going to the round and as it goes into the mid to late round. And my team played to those conditions perfectly, and that is the result. It was good.
Now walk me through Abyss. First time playing that map, were you guys kind of surprised by 100 Thieves picking that map, or were you kind of expecting that, given the fact that it is so brand new and it might have been a curveball for the people that might have been playing that map?
I sort of expected it. I was kind of pleasantly surprised that they would pick it. The expectation comes from how they view us as an opponent, and I always thought in a new map like this, the underdog would pick it, and they picked it. So they, even with all the bravado that they would keep saying our players are so confident against those players, I think they know a lot has changed since that time, and so them picking Abyss was somewhat expected. It was definitely in the cards for my preparations. So Abyss, I think it could have went even more in our favor. We screwed up a few rounds here and there, and it just comes down to it being a new map, right? Whenever it's a new map, the protocols, the best practices of how you want to push situations aren't fully fleshed out, and they haven't got the reps yet. So we'll just go back to the VOD and wash those rounds back, and then we'll get it even better next time.
For sure. Just want to ask you just sort of what were some of the preparations for you for this match, given the fact that 100 Thieves were coming off of a win over Sentinels. People were, again, looking at 100 Thieves as a favorite over you guys? Despite all of the things that you guys have been doing domestically and also internationally. What were some of the biggest points that you were looking at in terms of just thwarting 100 Thieves?
I think their map pool strengths and their map pool strengths have changed over the season, especially from stage 1 and stage 2. I can see that they lost confidence in certain maps, and like they even banned their now famous bind, right, after losing 4 in a row. And so it's more like anticipating like what kind of maps they like to play and making sure the players that have the most impact aren't they're just not like playing their normal game. So as long as we neutralize their star players, so to speak, just like we have been this whole season, they have to go into their plan B and then figure out a way to win from there.
With the mission now complete, reaching champions, what's the mindset going to be like for the future? Are you still going to be at it 100% to win that in domestic title, or what do you think is going to be the approach for you guys for tomorrow and also everything after that?
Well, there's a lot of, there's 2 ways to go about this. I'll be frank, like we could hide some stuff and get ready for champs, but at the end of the day, we're competitors, and so like we'll try to win. And I think having the number 1 seed or at least the top 2 seed is going to be super important for these groups. There's some teams in other regions where the 3rd and 4th seed aren't as strong, so like you definitely want to be in an advantage group. I definitely don't want to be in a group where I have to face Genji round 1 and Fnatic and like all those top teams or Heretics. So we're gonna try our best and try to make it and win our domestic title, our first domestic title, so that we can get a really, really good group for champs.
There's plenty of interesting stories going to be written for each team, but I feel this G2 team is the most elaborate, most challenging, and the most beautiful as well. Going from the guard, not making Ascension, then getting booted out of Ascension, getting back into Ascension under a new banner, picking you up also in the process, doing well, performing well, having to do so despite people saying, they're not good. Sure, you got Sentinels not doing well, but they'll do well. You got 100 Thieves, reigning champions. Sure, they're not doing well, but they'll bounce back against G2. But still, time and time again, been disproving the doubters, crescendo. Now we're at this point where there's no denying at this point. How do you kind of look at the doubts that just kind of been pouring into this team throughout this entire year, and how do you feel just having to just proven them wrong so many times, and for this occasion the most prevalent, the most greatest way of doing that?
We always use it against them, right? I think like us not getting the respect that we deserve, that's fine, because we'll earn it and we'll prove it to you guys no matter what. And so we'll continue to beat your favorite teams and keep showing like what's what. And even if that team gets one up on us, like know that like the teams I coach are always going to be resilient. They're going to be bouncing back, because that's like the character I try to show to the team, that we're not going to give up. So like that's fine to me, So I just, again, like let's keep that up. Honestly, it does drive us, and it's an easy way to motivate, So it's fine to me.
One more question now, just more so towards yourself. Your first ever champions, as a coach or as an individual, coming in time again, not being able to do so with NRG and also other teams, making it happen this time with you as the coach, leading the way, preparing, building this team from the start up until now. What's the feeling like for you?
Like I had confidence and faith in myself that like I could always do it. Even if like, and this is like a message to any would-be coach or analyst or player, where like the opportunities in esports are really, really hard to come by, and a lot of it comes down to an intersection of like opportunity and luck, right? and just being at the right place, right time. I've had teams where when I used to play, like players that would just get poached and join a top team because there just happens to be a vacancy at that time, and nobody really wanted like an IGL or aging IGL. So I think as long as you just put time in the game. I've been here for a very, very long time, and just having that faith that like you can always outwork people, and just put in that work. Eventually, your good work gets noticed, and eventually you'll find opportunities like this, as I have, to finally bring like a team like up to champs. So like in a way, I'm living vicariously through my players, which is awesome. Like these opportunities I never had when I used to play, and I'm on the older side. So this has been an excellent and fun journey to me.
Josh, congratulations one more time. Best of luck in the future, and also thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah, thank you.